What did you guys think about them doing the title switch on the U.S. title at the Madison Square Garden house show?
I love stuff like that.
Oh, I think it's terrible.
Yeah, I love stuff like that.
Why do you love stuff like that?
Because it gives you a reason. Something might happen at the show. You know, anytime you see.
Bro, you actually think that professional wrestling fans are as invested into this that like to go and that they'll start going to the house shows because they think that a title will change? You're kidding me.
Yeah.
But back in the day when people thought it was when the suspension disbelief was kind of like there was more like not everybody was smart. You know, like half some other fans thought it was real. I would say yes, but like there's how can you sell it to people today?
Okay.
Everybody knows it's a work.
So let me pretend. Okay, so I'm a promoter, and I'm thinking, all right, I can do shows the whole year, 30 shows, 20 shows. I don't know how many WWE does. Okay. And every time that there's a title match, nobody ever loses it.
Right.
Or I could maybe every now and then give you a surprise, something different for you coming and paying to see my show and sending you home happy, mad, whatever it is, but not indifferent. I would rather have title changes in cities and reward your fans for going. That's still, maybe it's not a big deal like before because now, you know, when you hear that Randy Orton's had it 15 times, you're like, really, dude? Or this guy's had it 13. You're like, you know, it's ridiculous now. But still, when it does happen, especially in a non-televised event, it's kind of a cool big deal for the fans that went there.
I agree.
I'm telling you, I'll completely disagree with you. All the TV time they put into these shows, the network, all this, you're going to do something. You're going to do something like that, a significant event like that. Don't televise it. Come on, it's ridiculous.
Well, you could still have somebody.
You know what I'm telling you? So don't even bother watching the shows.
They could put that match on the network.
They could have just had like a little, you know, like.
You're talking about things they could have done, they didn't do.
But you don't know that yet.
Well, it's not on TV. It's already happened.
Well, what if they show a clip from it this week on Raw?
Taped. It's already.
SmackDown.
You're doing taped event. It's like watching a YouTube clip.
Yeah, but saying this is what happened in Madison Square Garden this Saturday.
The appeals of the shows where they're live. That's the appeal of a show.
It's Hughesy. Hello.
That's the appeal of a show. You go like it's a live show. You're going to live shows like
how are you going to live show if you live in Dallas, Texas? That shit happened in New York. All right. So we're documenting what happened. We're documenting what happened, and we're showing it on TV. What's wrong with that?
It's emphasizing how important it is to go to live events.
Completely ruin an opportunity and in a period of time where the ratings are lower. You could have put this on this show as the main event on SmackDown on Tuesday night, drawn a number, done a title change, and got a lot more out of it than giving away free in a house show in Madison Square Garden where the people were going to pack the house anyway. Okay, that's
ridiculous.
You know, like come on.
I disagree with you.
Well, I'm right on this.
I disagree with you because by your own words, title change is not a big deal. So why do you care if it's on TV or not?
My way is better.
Yeah, the titles are meaningless. Disco.
The better thing to do would be to do it for the televised audience on one of the weekly shows instead of doing it like they do all the titles.
WWE has been doing this for decades, dude. They did it with Diesel. I personally saw the Hillbillies won the titles at the Garden.
Time out. Bro, they do about 300 house shows a year. Okay? So out of the past 20 years, okay, 6,000 shows. You can count on 3 fingers the amount of times that they've done this, and you're talking about they do it all the time?
No, what I'm saying is that they've done it several times at Madison Square Garden. To me, if they've done it at least 3 times that I can name off the top of my head in the last 20 years, that's a reasonable amount of times to do it.
Okay, let me give you an example real quick. If I were to obtain, a TV network to start showing our show, I would definitely, especially at the cities where I'm drawing a lot of people, I would have title changes from time to time. So when you go there, you don't know what might happen. I wouldn't always have them on TV.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, you give me the number. Let's say that 5,000 people are going to go to the Thomas and Mack Center and watch a SmackDown Live house show on Saturday night.
Right.
Okay, and there's going to be a title match, a U.S. title match on the show. Okay,
right.
And those are probably those. So people that aren't already going to the show, okay, that have watched, that heard about the title change on Madison Square Garden, how many people out of 5,000 that are probably going to go to that show, how many more people do you think are going to go to the show now in Vegas because there was a title change at Madison Square Garden?
People that were on the fence about not going might go, you know what? Maybe it's worth going to a show because there might be a title change.
Zero.
All right, could be zero. But at the same time, I always think
it gets people talking and makes headlines all over the world.
But let's make everybody go to the shows.
Okay, but can I
not
say
making people go to the shows.
Okay,
that's asinine.
All right, if you do it enough times where people think, you know what, I've seen 2 or 3 title changes in a year. It might happen in my hometown. That might get people that are on the fence to go.
They've done it once in like the past 10 years.
Okay. Let's say.
Let's say that they do it again, all right? But obviously, this is not the course of action. For some ungodly reason, they did it. It makes no sense whatsoever. It would have been way better for the TV product, for SmackDown Live, do it on the show, do a title change, and get a big pop on TV that we could show.
Dude, Pat Patterson won the first ever Intercontinental title on a non-televised event.
I thought it was real, Kevin. Hey, Jesus. It's like, oh my God.
I do think it's a great way to reward your biggest market. You know what I'm saying? For coming out and doing something different.
All right. Well, you're wrong. No,
I respect your right to be wrong, Beta Male.
I'm respecting your right to be dead wrong on this. Horrible.
I'm respecting your right to be absolutely, completely, and unequivocally wrong.
Okay. Well, I don't respect your rights anymore. I don't respect your rights anymore. How about that?
All right. Well, I will no longer stand for your rights. I'll sit down for them.
Okay. That's fine.
All right,
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this show kneeling from now on.
One knee?
One knee. I'm gonna take one knee while we're doing this.
Just go take a knee.
Yeah.